Dear participants and colleagues, now I will discuss how to design areas for in situ coconut conservation and to increase public awareness on coconut products with a special attention to eco-museums.
After a presentation of coconut symbolism, I will discuss its implications on tourism industry. Then I will present how to use some public spaces for coconut conservation, and the concept of coconut ecomuseum.
We will begin with an analysis of the psychic representations and symbols associated with the coconut. These symbols, and our capacity to believe in them collectively, are conditioning our social behavior. These symbols are particularly responsible for our purchasing behavior, for everyday consumer products as well as for our choices of tourist trips. Like the vine in Europe, the coconut palm is a plant of civilization, with multiple symbolic aspects. Some years ago, I presented only 4 symbolic faces. Now I've added a 5th, because this last is largely responsible for the current success of coconut. First of all, the original coconut palm, present before the appearance of the man. Some fossils are aged more than 4 million years, at least 1 million years before modern man appeared. Second, the cultural coconut palm. People say that the coconut palm only germinates where it hears the sea or of the human voices. Third, the industrial coconut palm. From 1750 to 1930, the surfaces planted in coconut palm were multiplied by at least 50. In 1914, the coconut palm was the first world source of vegetable oil. Fourth, the touristic coconut palm. Most of tropical tourism booklets and videos, but also many other advertising, use this image. The last 5th and new one is about organic, healthy, and pure. Many coconut products are white and transparent, symbol of purity. They are medicinal, dietary, and good for health. This last symbolism is crucial because marketing them has recently led to a huge increase in coconut consumption.
For the tourism industry evolving in a competitive environment, it becomes more and more important to stand out from the standard fare that tourism offers. Many tourists are no longer satisfied by golden exotic beaches bordered by anonymous palms, and those who are will more likely choose cheaper destinations, which are generally not in the Pacific region. Coconut palms should no longer serve as symbols of anonymous and counterfeit exoticism. They tell true stories, specifically related to cultures of the Pacific region, in the framework of an ecotourism approach.
Here are 2 examples of what not to do. These are 2 public gardens, each covering several hectares, in which more than 100 coconut trees are planted. The first is located in the city of Madang in Papua New Guinea. The second, named Paufai, is located in Tahiti in French Polynesia. In both cases, the coconut trees that were planted are anonymous. They were chosen without considering the variety. Farmers as well as scientists working in research centers on the coconut tree, I invite you to create and maintain relations with the nurseries in charge of urban development in the cities of your countries. The aim is to offer whole coconut trees for sale for these urban developments. For the moment, it is private nurserymen, generally quite ignorant, who buy coconut trees at low prices from farmers and resell them to the cities, at a price of around $100 per stem of coconut tree. For example, a coconut tree that has a trunk of 3 meters is often sold for around $300. You can offer more beautiful coconut trees, belonging to well-identified varieties. This will earn you money and contribute to the in situ conservation of the coconut tree. These coconut trees can also be planted along the roads, and in the center of certain large roundabouts. What is an ecomuseum? This is kind of a museum focused on the identity of a place, largely based on local participation, and aiming to enhance the welfare and development of local communities. Ecomuseums originated in France, the concept being developed in 1971. The term eco is a shortened form for ecology, but it refers especially to a new way to integrate cultural heritage. There are presently about 300 operating ecomuseums in the world. About 200 are in Europe. In the case of our concept of Coconut Ecomuseum, the approach is well rooted in local tradition, but also opens to the world. This opening aims to encourage local artisans and processors to extend the range of their coconut-based products. Evidence from best practices identifies two key elements: place-based development, and the improvement of local networks. The Ecomuseum plays a key role as catalyst of social development. It is suitable for all audiences, locals, and tourists, but with particular attention to young people and schoolchildren in the country, future repositories of knowledge. It is also designed from the outset to be financially profitable, while combining agriculture, tourism culture, science, and business. Our concept of Coconut Ecomuseum is based on 7 components. First, exhibition galleries of objects, some old, rare, or precious, all related to the coconut tree. Second, large panels and posters, educational and recreational, on the coconut tree, its agriculture and its uses in the country and in the world. Third, a living collection, presenting various types of dwarfs, huge walnuts, horned coconuts, with sale of seeds and tasting of various black walnuts. Training activities, such as traditional oil extraction, monoid production, weaving of hats and other objects, use of coconut wood, etc. A restaurant specializing in all preparations made from coconut and coconut hearts, salty and sweet, or dishes using coconut images. A shop selling all kind of coconut products. Optionally, a health center using coconut oil from other products derived from the coconut tree. Here is a possible architectural design of a Coconut Ecomuseum. In this example, we show a large ecomuseum. It represents an architecture in the shape of a coconut. A covered oval-shaped gallery allows you to visit the place even if it rains, and to see the large educational panels arranged around this gallery. There is an oval-shaped building, with a patio in the center. Inside, there are closed exhibition rooms which contain the precious objects, a store, and a center for aesthetics, body and hair care, and massages. In the center, a fountain that symbolizes coconut water. There are also tables and a restaurant, with an outdoor part, a covered part, and an indoor part, so that people can eat even it's raining. Finally, there is a collection of living coconut trees, and a nursery, so people can buy seedlings and seed nuts. The Ecomuseum is a flexible concept that can be declined in different sizes. It can be implemented by different stakeholders. A farmer alone could create a small coconut ecomuseum in his plantation. The ecomuseum can also be created by a group or a cooperative of farmers, by a village or a municipality. Finally, larger regional and national initiatives can be designed. If the project is well set up, you can obtain aid and funding from both the Ministries of Tourism and Agriculture.
The Ecomuseum's small collection should include at least about 30 living coconut palms. It can be much larger, if the Ecomuseum is located in a plantation, and if we want to produce seed nuts and drinking nuts for sale. To illustrate the diversity of the species, it must present at least 7 varieties of dwarf coconut trees, 4 varieties of tall types, and 2 hybrids.
Various training activities can be organized in the museum. There will be educational recreational activities for tourists, such as extracting coconut milk and oil, making soap, preparing food recipes, or weaving hats and other leaf objects. In this regard, I suggest that you visit the website airbnb.com, on which enterprising people have already imagined many training sessions concerning coconut palm products. The museum will be visited by schoolchildren who will also be able to benefit from all these training courses. Finally, more technical training, in the agricultural field, could be carried out for farmers, agricultural technicians and other stakeholders. On the coconutmuseum.org website, we have begun the colossal, and indeed unachievable, undertaking of listing and classifying all the coconut products, practices, beliefs, and cultural habits. We discovered an absolutely extraordinary diversity that reflects human inventiveness. We have structured this diversity in 10 sections, and more than 200 subsections. Stakeholders who will create an ecomuseum will have to choose what they want to present to the public. The information is too abundant, and it is impossible to present everything. Here are the 10 main sections. 1. Coconut. 2. Leaves. 3. Inflorescences. 4. Stem. 5. Roots. 6. Two-dimensional representations like paintings. 7. Three-dimensional representations like carvings. 8. Tools for coconut. 9. Cultural facts. And 10. Coconut cultivation. Now, I will detail some of subsections. For only the coconut husk, we have 10 subsections, of which rope and its use, hydroponics, clothes, husk freaks, etc. Regarding the section Cultural Coconut, we have 12 subsections, of which legends, literature, musique and dance, religious uses, coconut games, witchcraft, and even sexy coconut. We will now explore some of these sections, by showing some of the large posters we have prepared for display. Be prepared for an extraordinary journey to the many lands of the coconut palm. You will discover a diversity that even you, coconut stakeholders, you could never imagine.
Worrying, or amusing, the characters and animals, carved in the coconut husk, are very expressive.
Horticulture, and the use of coconut husk in nurseries and hydroponics.
The humble doormats are a surprising illustration of human inventiveness. In India, people are carving copra, the dried coconut kernel, and use it as decoration for marriages.
A normal coconut has 3 eyes, no more, no less, except of course among coconut freaks.
Coconut waters, from street vendors to the most modern packaging.
The straightness and uniqueness of the coconut stems have fanciful exceptions.
Coconut in art, as seen by famous and humble painters.
Precious coconut trees made of gold and diamond, in fine jewelry.
Posters showing coconut varietal diversity, we should create one for each producing countries.
Again, coconut varietal diversity, compact dwarfs and spicata varieties.
Coconut cultivation, amazing hybrids, and reproductive biology.
For gourmands and drinkers, the most appetizing coconut cakes, and all products derived from toddy, the sap of the inflorescence. In India, they build religious statues of Ganesh god, all made with thousands of coconuts. And I even meet a family whose main business was only to sell clothes for coconut.
Legends from the Pacific region, like Hina and the giant eel, but also from India, where babies were born in coconuts before a god got angry.
Dear participants and colleagues, thank you for listening, And do not forget to visit our website.